rock. So we got Atlanta Ox will be playing Orlando Magic in the play-in Tuesday. So we're going to be, getting turned up. And I believe we can beat Magic. Y'all drop y'all comments and let me know what y'all think about the upcoming play-in. We beat them, it's the last game of the season. So the score was 117 to 105, which they didn't play all of the starters. I know Trae Young didn't play. I know Pete Carroll didn't play on Orlando. The Hawks finished their regular season 40-42. So, we won 40 games. We're a little bit shy of 500. So, I feel like we're, trying to dig out. We're trying to try to resuscitate ourselves. Since we had some injuries, we had Clint Capella, he's injured. We also had Jalen Johnson, and he's a very intricate piece. I mean, both players are. And then you also have, let's see who else we have injured. I believe that's the main ones, Jalen Johnson and Clint Capella. And then for Orlando Magic, they also had Jalen Suggs injured. So you had Terrence Mann. He had 19. He was 9 for 14 field goal percentage. And let's see, we're most definitely going to need Terrence Mann to do what he did. Keaton Wallace is another player, a bench player who really stepped up. He had 15. Let's see, he had 11 reps. And he had a triple-double. They said that's his first triple-double. So the reason why I wanted to look at the bench players, because we're going to have them. They're going to have to contribute, most definitely. You also have Mo Gay, can give you at least 10 points. You also had Zachary Ricochet. He had a beautiful game in Brooklyn. He had 38. We most definitely need Ricochet. We need his presence to be there, most definitely. Dyson Daniels also is a real intricate part. He's still like 3.5 steals per game. So we most definitely need to have him, really stealing those balls, because, Orlando Magic is a defensive team, and they really know how to get the balls turnover, because they say they're like the leaders as far as defensive plays. Trae Young is another player. With Trae produced 35, I would say anything above 28 points per game, where he averaged 28 per game. If he can average at least 30 in this upcoming game, I believe we will have a good chance of winning. And they say whoever wins this game will be playing against the number 2 seed, which is Boston Celtics. And then you also have Miami Heat playing against Chicago Bulls. And whoever wins between those 2 games, whoever wins between that game will have to play Cleveland Cavs. So it's getting real interesting, y'all. Cleveland Cavs number 1 right now. You have Boston Celtics number 2. You have Milwaukee Bucks. You have your New York. You have your Indiana Pacers. So it's really looking pretty. It's going to be let's say it's going to be a dog fight. Most definitely. Y'all drop y'all comments. Let me know who y'all believe will win the game. And when we played Tuesday against Orlando, they actually beat us in that game. I'm going to get ready to dive into that. Yeah, Pete Carroll, he's a real big piece of magic. He can score 30 and above. He's a very, he played with a lot of high intensity. He can go in, drive in, slam dunk. He can shoot all around the perimeter. He's a good player. They had some injuries as well, so they're trying to bounce back. And And Atlanta is 5th in the NBA in points per 100 possessions. They're in the 18th spot in points allowed per 100 possessions. So meanwhile, in the same span, Orlando is 19th in points per 100 possessions and 115.7 and second in points allowed per possessions. So, Atlanta really have to control their turnovers. It's just basically it. If you can control your turnovers, get your offensive rebounds, and be able to shoot your free throws, I believe they should be fine. Let's go back to the Tuesday game where they played all of their players. And Atlanta is number 8 seed. We're the 8th seed, and Orlando is the 7th seed. And people are already predicting Orlando to win because, they're saying they're the better team. But, hey, the way I look at it, we can always rise. You can't really never count anybody out, baby. It's all about their tenacity and being able to work as a synergy. They can really get everything going pretty early in the game and don't try to have to wait till the second quarter to try to bounce back. That's not going to work. We lost by 7 the last game on April 8th. Charo had 33 and he was 12 for 24. He had 33 points. He was 12 for 24. He shot 7 for 10. So he had 10 rebounds. So he, like I say, he's very active. He likes to get things going. His partner is Fritz Wagner. Can shoot threes pretty well. He likes to get it going in the perimeter. So if they can slow down P. Charo, I believe they should be pretty good. And then you have Kunwu had 30. Kunwu had 30 points. He was 9 for 17, which he didn't shoot too well, but he had 30. And let's see, he had 14 rebounds. And you had Trae Young. Let me see how many points Trae had on Tuesday. Trae had 28. Dyson had 15. You had Karis LeVert had 13. And Terrence Mann didn't have any for that game. Mo Gay had 6. And we lost by 7. So Tuesday, April 8th, Orlando beat us 119 to 112. Zachary Ricochet had 8. And I feel like he's doing a heck of a good job. He's no longer a rookie. He's getting acclimated. He can really move the ball very well. He played off the basketball. He know how to get the rebounds. And we're just going to have the Hot's going to have to play more physical in order to beat Orlando. Because, people are already throwing shade, talking about Orlando a better team. And their defense is way better. And their offense is a little slow, but, they can still come through when they need to come through. And I feel like we're a better offensive team. But as far as defense, that's something we do need to improve on. If Kunwu can score 30, Trae Young 30, we're going to have to get the S factors involved. I consider Karis LeVert being an S factor. He scored 19, that same energy. And then if we can get Mo Gay to at least get 10. If we can get the bench players to score 10, we can win. Even if I'm predicting that the score will be about 120, Atlanta, and Orlando 114. Orlando normally does a good job and keeping teams for not scoring above 120. So that's what they're trying to, been doing a great job of. So, I just really want to see a good game. I really do want to see a good game. That's all it's about. Get my chicken wings, get me some good old juice, and be ready to get into it, y'all. But I'm your girl, Jackie G, aka Sports Shit. And I also heard, y'all, a little rumor that a Atlanta will try to get John Morant from Memphis. I don't know how true it is, because they say Trey still has, 2 years on his contract. So that's a little rumor that, they're working out some type of deal to get John Morant in Atlanta. So y'all drop y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think about that rumor. Hey, it is what it is. So I believe that would be a good trade. It's good. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here.